Hey, you guys, give me a 1. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is this a reading chat? Give me a 1, a number 1, if you guys can hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat. Let me clean up my space here, because I did not clean up anything. I just threw things on my desk and hoped for the best. I know that rhymed, but you know, hey. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody can hear me. Aww, sparkling Bud Light, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I was able to help you. That's my one thing, is to be able to help people. That's it. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Marie. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Karen. Witchy, Mystic, Divine. Super T. All right, good. Glad you all can hear me. So today, okay, so the last live that I did, you guys, I like how Barbara spelled out 1. And it's adorable. So the last time that I was live with you guys, I did this, and then I ended up doing another one that night, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to keep going with this. So what I'm doing for this live, we have a cat and we have a dog living in harmony behind me, and I had to go and check to see if everyone was alive, and everyone is good. Okay, so I made a little simple leaf. Okay, now later this is going to be a tutorial, and I'm going to keep the tutorial as simple as possible, because this technique is the most easiest thing. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, do I really need a video? I don't know, you guys, but maybe I can get more in depth if I do a tutorial. It's neither here nor there. We'll figure it all out. So I got these beads on Amazon, as I get everything probably on this desk is from Amazon. Well, this is from Dollar Store, but everything I got from Amazon. So to make this particular leaf, oh yay, that's what I tried to do, Jamie. I tried to go and say, all right, if I was new to wire wrapping and I didn't know anything, what I like to do is when I do a video, I do a tutorial, I go and I say in my mind, okay, if I was new to jewelry, can I make this project? 9 times out of 10, you can. And what I found is that I can always go and refer you to another video, either it be mine or someone else's, that will help you with different techniques that I'm using in a video. So I try to make it as newbie as possible. And I also try to explain it in such a way, you know, different things that you're not thinking about. Oh, you know, we're going to be working with aluminum wire today. Now, aluminum wire is very, very, what do I say? Aluminum is like, it's cool and everything, but you don't want to go and have aluminum stuck in your ear. But you can use it for earrings, because then you can take the earring wire part and you can take that part and make it out of real gold or whatever you want to use that you can put in your ear. So, but you know, aluminum wire is good for if you're working with wire for the first time. So I think one of my first earring videos, I was using aluminum to make, what did I do with it? Okay, to make this leaf, I used aluminum to make the actual leafy part, but then the earring wire, this is the part that goes in your ear, that's earring wire, I made that out of copper because I don't have allergic reactions to it. If you do, use stainless steel. You use stainless steel. You can use so many different things that won't give you any allergic reactions. So, hi Gigi. And so I am using 12 gauge aluminum craft wire. Now, another reason why I like aluminum wire is because, I don't know if you can see it, but with both of these right here, you can see that the wire is at its full capacity. But right here on the actual shape part, I actually smashed it with a hammer. I like to say things too that newbies would say, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I never could use like the technical terms for things. Which is the reason why on my 10 things I wish I knew about wire wrapping, everyone always keeps correcting me still that it's called a ring mandrel and not a dowel. I've been calling it a dowel, but you know, it's what I call it. So I smash it with a steel block and a chasing hammer. Okay, there's a technical term for you, okay? So this is my block that I use for smashing things that are flat. And then this is my chasing hammer. Now my chasing hammer is not an actual chasing hammer. This is just a hammer that I got from Home Depot. So, and it works just fine. Okay, works just fine. And I might even got the chasing block. No, I didn't. I was gonna say I got the chasing block from Home Depot too, but I didn't. I think I got it from Amazon, like with everything else. So I got these beads from Amazon to make the aluminum, to make the actual shape. I'm using this aluminum wire. Then I am using this 24 gauge wire, which I'm running a little low on because I've been going crazy with the wire wrapping of the beads for this week. Crazy. Then I have my copper wire that I'm going to use for my earring wire, which goes into your ear. So I'm using 18 gauge, even though I bounce between 18 gauge and 20 gauge. So I do have a question for you guys. Feel free to put your answer in the chat box thingamabob. But I am thinking about doing a video on the different types of wires that you can use for different things. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. If not, then I'll just move on with my life and everything is good. Okay? But yeah, everyone always asks me in the comments in some of my videos, they're like, well, if I'm doing this, what wire would I use? If I'm doing that, what wire do I use? And I do have a lot of suggestions on different things after working with different wire and knowing what is good for you and what is bad for you. So yeah, then we have that. So I'm gonna move these out of the way. This is the earring that I did last night. Now, when I did this, I need to make a matching one. Now, another question that I have for myself is, just in case I don't get this right live, that is the one thing I do not like about live. I do have one that I actually got right when I was practicing. So that's another thing you guys have to keep in mind, is when you're like, oh, you know, you're trying to figure out different things. As I always found that when I was doing wire wrap earrings, that I always had trouble with it. And the reason why I had trouble with it is if it was a shape or something like that, I can never replicate the shape to match the other one. Like my earrings always look like sisters. They never look like twins. Kind of like eyebrows. So I was having a problem with, and it was an old problem that came back to me, and I was like, last night when I was trying to make this leaf, and I was like, how in the world can I make this match? Even if I put it up against it, I still was having trouble. So hopefully I can figure this out on the fly. So I don't like to cut, but the first thing that I did, got all my tools here. I set these out of the way here. Now, here's a little thing that I found on Amazon that I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. Is I got this from the Beadsmith, which is a lot of my pliers here are from the Beadsmith. And they had this thing. It's almost like it's a mandrel. It's a shaped mandrel, I guess they're called. And so they had these different shapes. You got the triangle, you got a square, you got a circle, and you have an oval, and then you have the handle that comes with it. So they all go in and it fit very nicely into. So these are pretty cool. I put these in I think I put it in the description box below, where I have all the supplies for everything that I would ever need to make anything jewelry related. So I put that in that box, in that link. So for this, I'm going to take the triangle one and just use that. I just want to show you the different ones that came with it, and that's pretty cool. Like if you're trying to make shaped earrings, those things are pretty awesome. So first things first, if I'm going to make this wire earring, I need to have it on hand so I can try to replicate it and be able to teach you guys how to replicate your shapes, because I tell you what, it's really hard to replicate shapes. So I'm just going to make a really quick little circle here. So how's everybody's week so far? I know it's only Tuesday. How is your week going? Did you guys make anything that was cool? I didn't really make anything that's really cool, but you know, happens. So how do I do this? Oh, okay. So then once I get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is where I want my leafy shape to be. As you can see, there's a little point here. So I want to replicate that point that's already made on this one. So I want to make sure that it matches. Okay, so now I have it, and I think I might even just bend this part up just so I know that's the top of my leaf. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe even shape it with my hands. That's another thing, the reason why I like working with aluminum and why I started with aluminum is the shaping of it is so hard to shape, like brass or sometimes copper, depending on how thick it is. But aluminum, no matter how thick you have it, it's very easy to shape it with your hands. So I'm just matching it up. You may think matching will be the easiest thing to do, but it has not worked out for me. Clasp bracelets and necklaces, awesome. I thought I wasn't doing anything, but I actually made this necklace. Like I just found I found a spool of curb chain, and I decided that would look good as a plain and simple necklace. I don't even know why I bought the curb chain to begin with. So with this mandrel, all you're doing is just pushing the aluminum up against it just to give it a nice little straight edge. And I don't know if this is working, but this is how I did it the last time. Bronco, are you breathing on me? Okay, there we go. Something like that. So it gave it a little shape. If anything, you can make a shape out of anything, but I just wanted to use this really quick. But you can use an edge of a box, like a little plastic box, to make that little point. Let's see if I have it right. I have a window of, it's in the window of being right. That's Bronco. He is biting on a bone. Yeah. I have to share my craft room with my husband. It's both of our office. And I kind of like it because it's less room I have to clean. So I share my craft room with him. Like his desk is like right over here next to mine. and we kind of share outlets. And my cameras, I have 2 cameras. I forgot how many cameras I have. And I have both of the cameras are plugged into his computer with a wire so that they can stay in place, but I don't have to move it. But they're connected to his computer so I can use his. Hey, Azur, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to see you again here. All right, so you're new. If you just got here, I am doing a pair of leaf earrings just like I did last week. He's over here on the floor being as puppyish as he can. He's biting on his bone and being good for once. Lord. He's been starting to because he has, like all puppies do, they have this separation anxiety thing where they're like, oh, I can't be in my crate. But then what I found out was, instead of putting him in his crate out in the living room, which was just outside our bedroom door, I decided to put him in a crate, put his crate in our room at night. At first I was like, yo, when we having mommy daddy times, like, what in the world? So I was like, not a fan of that. But he actually, shockingly, has gone straight to sleep in his crate and doesn't even wake up in the middle of the night. Like, he literally just goes to sleep. I was shocked. I thought he was going to be awake, crying like he always did. And nope, not a peep. He goes in his crate. You tell him to go in his crate. I mean, I'm a person who always, hey, Julie, how are you? Welcome. I'm always the person that's like, oh, I have always had cats. Always had cats. And you know, if anybody here has cats, you know, they don't listen to nothing you say. They don't care how you feel. They'll sit on your face. They will step on your toes. They will bite you. They're horrible. They are horrible. Yes, they are blue. There are 2 different color blue. There's like baby blue here and then like some dark royal blue beads that I'm using. I'm using these 2 beads over here. So yeah, blue for you. So it's like I want to say, because you like blue, I want to say azul. Like in Spanish that means blue. So every time I see your name I always want to say azul because you like blue. So anyway, so I've always had cats. So cats are obnoxious. They know they're obnoxious. They don't care. They don't care about your feelings, that they're obnoxious. They're like, I don't really care. So for me to be able to tell my dog, go in your crate. He's looking at me like, where's my crate? His crate's downstairs. But he listens, and it's just strange to me. Everything is new to me when, you know, with a dog, because I haven't had dogs in years. So it's weird. So I got my little shape. Most of this is done. Crates are awesome. I mean, I have the cat. You know, I lost one as soon as I got Bronco, or a little bit before I got Bronco. I lost mine. So I know it is close. Your name is close. Azur, and Azul. Very close. That's why I always fight to not call you Azul. So, all right, I got my shape. It looks pretty similar. At least they're sisters. At least they're related, and that's all I can hope for. Now from here, this is the part where I get a little nervous, because this right here can make or break your earring here. See, I knew it was something like that, Azur. I knew it. I said, I don't really know what, I didn't look it up, but it's so close to blue that it totally makes sense that is what your name means. See, I knew it was something. Okay. So, like I said, when we're trying to wrap this around this post, it can make or break your shape. So you have to be really careful. But then again, you have to be careful with your pliers. I have a pliers wall. One day I'll show you guys what my studio actually looks like, but first I have to clean it. But on my pliers wall, I found my pliers that has Plasti Dip on it, which will probably help me in this situation. So I know this is where I want to be with it, and I want to hold it without scratching my wire. Okay. And I'm going to bend it, okay? Good. We're doing good. Bronco, please leave him alone. So the fighting begins. This is really kind of Bronco's like sleepy time. So he should be sleeping, but he is not. He's over here breathing on people, breathing on cats. Can I help you? You want to say hey? You want to say hey? Give me your body. Give me your body. Let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. Come here. You say hey? Where am I? You're right here. Yes, and I have a mirror behind me, behind this camera right here. So I have a mirror there, so he's looking at himself in the mirror. Well, you gotta make your face look pretty. You gotta make your face look pretty. No? Okay. People always say that's so strange that he has a white thing on his chest, because he's purebred Doxy, so I don't know, but he has a white toe and he has a little white chest. But there's the baby. Oh, my hubby is like, he's different. He does a little bit of like, some days he's messy as all get out. And then sometimes you come up to his desk in the office and he has everything in its place. So I have to put it back where I found it. Otherwise he'd be like, who is on my desk? Bronco, people are calling your name. Why are you sniffing? Oh, he's sniffing because I have, oh, he's getting really big. Oh my gosh. He's sniffing the chicken. This right here is the best thing ever. I take it and I put it in this Kong and he sits there for hours. Yeah, he's a big baby. He can't function now. All right, I'm gonna get you some chicken. Give me a few seconds while I, this is why I don't like lives, because I can just pause this video and just move on with my life. But I take his chicken and I break it up into little pieces and I put it in there. Little pro tip for anybody who has puppies, yeah. It keeps him out of trouble. He doesn't bother anybody, and he minds his own business. He's like, I'm just trying to get this chicken. I don't really care. And sometimes I just give him little pieces. Here you go, boo boo. There you go. All right. Let's get back to this earring here. I need to close that bag because I don't think I had the bag closed. That's why he smelled it. He's like, baby chicken. So now, it's on my hand. All right, so now I'm gonna close this off. Now I wanna make sure I'm not over twisting it. And then I'm going to wrap this around. This is what I was afraid of. I was afraid that I was not gonna get this right. Okay. All right. And I'm double checking. Yep. Pull it out. Here's my thing about the peanut butter. I gave him peanut butter one time when he was really young, and he loved it. He was like, oh, you could tell he loved the taste. I can tell instantly he loved it. But then over a while, he stopped eating it. Like in this one sitting, he stopped eating it and was like, yeah, it got stuck to the roof of his mouth and he didn't like it. Let's just say that. He did not like it. He was like walking around, whimpering. He didn't like the feeling of peanut butter in his mouth. And now if I give him peanut butter, he would run to the other side of the house. He does not want to be bothered with the peanut butter. All right, so we have a basic shape going on here. Yay, I was scared I wasn't gonna get it. So now I got to make another pair of earrings. All right, we're gonna cut that. That's our shape. So what I'm gonna do real quick, you guys, because I have to smash this down. So what I'm gonna do real quick, talk amongst yourselves. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute my camera volume so you guys don't listen. I'm gonna be smashing this with a hammer and it's gonna be loud and I don't wanna hurt your ears. So I'm just okay. Hopefully you got, yeah, you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So what do you mean by, you said, Azul, you said you got a fur baby and you're waiting to give her a name. Oh, okay, I got you. You're checking her personality. Yeah, that makes sense. I did that with Bronco. Like he's a big bully to everyone in his litter. And so Bronco just seems like he needed a big name for his little body. So we picked Bronco, and the person who was his mama would call him that since he was, you know, a little thing. Uh-oh, did I drop that on the floor? Please don't eat the earring. Okay, that's not for you. I love you. Everything else in this room is for you, but not that. I don't know what it is with dogs. They have to be in everything. Like literally everything involves them. You put something on the floor, oh, that's for me? No, I put it on the floor because it's in my way. Okay, so now we can put this aside. We don't need it anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that just yet. So I'm gonna open up what I'm gonna be using for this next part is these, my chain nose. I'm learning the technical terms so I can be the professional person and know the technical terms for things, because I didn't. Starting out, I just didn't. Let me look at my stuff here. Okay. You guys, Fifi Dobson is going live on Instagram and I'm missing it for you guys because I love you. Okay. All right. So what I found that is when I start, apparently, Julie, apparently this is the case. Like, really? I put it on the floor. He's like, oh, that's mine. And I'm like, no, it's not even close to being yours. What are you doing? And he will eat it. So at the beginning, you may start to wrap this and you may be like, wow, is this not tight? That's okay. It will get tight. So I'm just wrapping it around. At the beginning, I'm starting on one side and I'm working my way down. And I'm wrapping it as neatly as I can. Of course, it's still going to be moving and rolling around on this base, but it's okay. It will tighten up. Okay. Using my chain nose, I'm just going to pinch it. Okay, I don't need to pinch it on that side, but yeah. So then what did I do? Okay, so I'm using the royal beads at the top. And I just slip on a bead onto the wire because these are seed beads. So they're very very small, but they will pop against this gold. So all I'm doing is I strung on the bead, and then I put the bead in between my finger, and I'm pulling the wire as tightly as I can, and I'm just gonna wrap the wire around. I'm looking at the bead just to make sure it's in the right place, and then it's on there, and then I hold it with my finger and just keep wrapping it. You can see the bead, and I wrap it 3 times, and on the 3rd time I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm going to stop right here. So I'll have 1, 2 wraps after the bead, and then this 3rd one, on this 3rd wrap, I'm going to put the bead, a next bead on, and so on and so forth. That's all I did. I kept doing that all the way down this thing, and I couldn't believe how easy it was. I've never really done this before, never. And when you guys were like, oh, try it, and I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, then you put on another bead. And the reason why you do that is to put 1, 2, 3 wraps, or put the right amount of wraps all the way around, like even amount of wraps. It keeps your beads evenly spaced, and if they are too close, you can always just push it down with your fingernail or use your chain nose to move it down. And it's just really that easy. Hold it between your finger, and then you wrap it 1, 2, and then the 3rd time, don't go all the way around, stop right at the side, put your bead on, boom. So this is it so far. And if you feel that they're too close together, you can always push it apart. And also what I like to do is if you pull the wire where the bead is on already and it's just floating there, you haven't wrapped it yet, if you pull it further apart and put the bead where you want it to go, that kind of helps too, to keep it even. So I'm pushing it between my fingers here, and I wrap it once, wrap it twice, 3rd time, leave it up, and there you go. That's how easy it is. I am not doing anything magical. That's how easy it is. Now I'm gonna dress this up. I'm gonna get these pointy parts out of here from the beginning. Always keep a little dish. I always keep a little dish here. I got this from the dollar store. And hello, the place of stones. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I keep this little thing here just so if I cut off any wire, I can always just put it in there really quick. That's the same thing with the person who taught me how to wire wrap. She always told me that, because what she would use, she would be using real gold. So, you know, every little bit counts. So she'll use real gold and real sterling silver, and we'll keep it, you know, we'll have one bowl that's, you know, gold, another bowl that would have silver in it, and then at the end of it all, after like about a couple weeks, they would be so full, she would take them and she would melt them all down. Like the gold, she'll melt it down separately, and then the silver, she'll melt it all down, and then she make other things out of it and make a bead out of it, which is crazy. Bye, Marie. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. So that's it, you guys. That's so easy. I say it's easy because it really is. It's so simple. Like, I couldn't believe. I was watching, I've been watching Criminal Minds again. I think this has to be like the 4th time. The 4th time that I actually, oh yeah, definitely watch later. So I've been watching Criminal Minds lately again, because I just noticed that they have like, what, I want to say 12 seasons or whatever. And so I was like, oh my god, I'm all the way at like season 6 or something like that, and I'm like starting to watch it again. and I was watching the show. I actually was able to watch the show. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, I posted not too long ago, I posted, why can't Netflix have a category of movies and shows that you can watch while you're crafting? Because you know we ain't watching nothing. We're mostly listening to it like it's a podcast. And so I was actually able to watch the show, which is just odd because I watched the show, quote unquote, about 3 or 4 times, like all the seasons up to like 7 or 8. And I was able to watch it and I'm like, I don't remember this part. I don't remember this part. And then my husband was like, of course you don't remember this part. You never watch anything. You listen to it. So this is another thing that's really good. These, I don't know the technical term for it, but it's in the description box below in my supplies list. But basically I use this if you get a kink in the wire, and you could just take this thing and just run it down and it straightens it right out without you having to, you know, bend it with another pair of pliers. So this one just goes zoop, and it just makes it straight. So this is a really good thing to have if you're using, this is 24 gauge of, no, it's 24 gauge copper wire that I'm using. So it's really thin. And then I have like 30 gauge copper wire and it's even thinner. So having that thing is very handy because I tell you what, yeah. And sometimes I like to pick the right looking beads. So welcome people who are new. What I'm doing is I am wire wrapping a leaf shape that I shaped out of aluminum wire, and then I flattened it with a steel block. Just be simple, okay? A steel block and a chasing hammer. So I flattened it all out to give it a little bit of a flat look, and it actually helps me to be able to get the wire to stay up top, because if it's rounded, it's not going to stay. It's just going to be moving around a lot. So I flattened it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm thinking of a video, and I'm gonna have all my wire, like literally I'm gonna have all my wire out, and then I might do like little mini projects using the wire. This is good for this type of thing. This is good for this type of thing, and just cut, just like I did with the 10 things I wish I knew video, is that I said what I needed to say, what I'm going to use, and this is how you use it, and then I show you visually how to use each one of the wires. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, what are you guys watching lately? I only watch if I'm like, oh, I gotta create something really quick, which is like it's crazy. I only watch something if I'm like, oh, I'm doing something, or I'm crocheting or whatever. So I'm using my chain nose to keep those together. So I have 2 videos that are in the works right now. I actually had recorded the videos, and all I have to do, I don't know which is the hard part, is recording the videos or editing the videos. I'm not exactly sure. The jury's still out on that because they seem equally hard. And so I have 2 videos I have to edit. But the good thing about these videos is that they are very short. So they are basically, these videos are basically anything that I was these new videos that I have out is or have coming are from the live broadcast that I've done with you guys in the past. So I'm just making more in-depth tutorials on the different things that I'm teaching on my lives. Let's do that. You get in a little closer. Ooh, that looks nice. I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. Because this right here, I'll be able to show you what happens if you run out of wire. As you can see, I'm going to run out of wire soon. Don't freak out. And then you wouldn't have to have so much wire flipping around through this shape, because that gets annoying too. Are you crying? Is there crying in the household of this house? Why are you crying? I don't even know where you are. Oh, sweetie. What's wrong? This is exactly why I didn't want you up here, because you're gonna cry and you're gonna want me to play with you, and I can't. I can't. Okay. Can you give me a toy? There's a bone. There's a bone there. Give me a few minutes, okay? So, here we go. When you say random music, what do you mean by that? What is random music to you? Okay. So now I'm at the end. Believe it or not, I wrapped it 3 times, and I'm gonna cut it. Put my wire in that thing, and then I'm gonna smash down the end. Make sure that it's not pointing up and scratching your face. That's what I like about this puppy, is that, oh, I asked him to bring me a toy, and he really is trying to bring me this toy. You might hear him biting on something. I got this big roll of paper, and he's biting on the paper. All right, bye-bye, Karen. Thank you for coming through. So, what I'm gonna do, since the wire ended, I'm just gonna grab myself another little piece and just cut it. It's a good thing about this wire is that you can always just wrap it whichever way you want to. So I'm gonna wrap it. Wait, hold on a second. Let me think this through. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way because it's the way I was going. Yep. So I'm gonna wrap it a couple times, nothing crazy. And I'm just making it tight. Okay. Then I want to put a bead on. I like to get a couple beads on before I start working with the end I just put on. So, okay. And just keep going. Hold your bead in place and wrap it around. What I need to pay attention to, and I don't think I was, is how many of these beads I need. I think I went 2 beads too far, and that's okay. Why don't we start now? I'm gonna change the bead color real quick to these beads. Boom. Bye, Sue. Thank you for coming through. Really? I should try that. I should try that. Because, is that the right bead? Yeah, I was. Oh, I think the reason why Bronco is crying is because, like I told you earlier, that it's his nap time. So he wants me to get on the couch so that he can get underneath my blanket and cuddle with me. But it ain't happening. It might happen after the live, but not right now though. So yeah, I love this technique. It's so quick. I don't really have to be looking at it as I go. I'm just feeling it, just making sure that the beads are laying which way they need to be laying, and then going on and on with this. But the next videos that are coming up, I have I should have the What video do I have? They're all rings, of course. I don't know if I can. I think it was like a braided ring. And then this ring, which is really a beveled ring. Like I did the last, I think I did it. Oh, I think it was last week. I did a beveled ring. And so that ring is going to be in the next video. This, and then it also has a little bonus. Only you guys will know that. There's a little bonus in this video. This video really isn't about this ring, but this right here is 2 rings. And I have one ring that I made, and then I had the other one that I was copying so that I can replicate it. And when I put both rings on my hand, I was like, wow, that looks pretty good. And I just tied it together and made it one ring. So, yes. And then after the 2 videos, there's 2 ring videos that are coming up. And then there's going to be a video on this, more in depth. If people are like, oh, I didn't get it from the live very well, then I'm going to do a video that will be just about this wire wrapping and different techniques, different shapes. So 1, 2, and then 3. Can you stop crying, please? I love you. That doesn't mean I don't love you if I'm not talking to you. Make sure you guys like this video, because that helps me out a lot. It lets YouTube and its algorithms know that you guys like something. They're like, what's this that all these people are liking? And then it goes to it. Little bots that they have goes to it, and they're like, ooh, okay. And then they just push it to people. So it helps me out, you guys. All right. And so I'm smashing along the side, and I'm doing that so that it gets it more tight on the top and the wires aren't going anywhere. Like I can feel these, the beads aren't even moving, nothing. I love it. I love this technique a lot. And Bronco has everything that he needs. Oh, did ya? Hi, Eddie. How are you? Yeah, me having a lot of ideas is somewhat of a curse. So I decided to put them in a place so that everyone else can benefit from my ideas and use them for themselves. Baby. He's waiting. The dog is also waiting for his DADDY to come home. I can't say that out loud either, because he knows that word, and he plays with him. He plays with Bronco a lot. And so Bronco's like, that's my favorite person in the world. And so he's waiting for him too. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Eddie, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so now that I have the new wire up and ready to go, then it's okay to cut it. I only wrapped it like maybe once, like literally. That's how. Oh, thank you, Mom. I try, I really do. I try to do stuff that people like and they can actually use it. So already I'm all the way down. I love it so much. I think out of the wire wrapping techniques that are out there, I think that this one is like my favorite. It is my absolute favorite, because not only does it work up really quick, it also looks really nice and professional. Like I didn't tell my husband anything that I make. I don't tell him anything. I mean, because he's the husband, he don't pay attention. I could tell him if I wanted to and he'll forget, but I'll wear something. And I was wearing these earrings. These are ones that I made the other night, And so I was wearing these, and he walked up to me. He's like, "What are those?" He's like, and then he was like, "I'm not gonna ask what store you got them from," because he says, "I know for a fact you didn't get them from a store." Hello from Finland. How are you? Welcome. So yeah, he walked up and he actually was like, "Wait, what are those? Where'd you get, how'd you do that?" And so I love that, because when he noticed, uh-oh, that must be really good. So he loved them. He was like, "Wow, that's pretty dope." I didn't show him these earrings just yet, but I showed him. He just saw the ones I had in my ears last night, and he was like, "Wait, those are really nice." So when your husband starts to notice, oh boy. So, and I'm thinking I might even be selling these. I gotta get earring cards that are big enough for them, so that they look nice. So you guys, I also want to show you something real quick. I put this on Instagram, I believe, today. Just gotta find them. I don't know which drawer they're in. Bronco, do you know where my cards are? Oh wait, these are. So I drew these cards up. I got these from Zazzle. And so what I do, I went and I just drew this up. It's a little dark. I'm gonna do it like this so you can see it. So I drew this part up and I put my name on it. And then what I'm gonna do is, these aren't big enough for, this, because this is what it would look like. It'd be hanging off, and I don't want that. So I want to get bigger ones that kind of look like postcards. And then I'm going to, what I do with these, I just bought one today. There's actually a punch that you can punch on your earring cards, but for right now I'm just using a little circle hole punch, and I've just poked holes here and here, and if it's like needs 2 holes to make them lay flat, then I poke another hole in it, and then I put them on the earring card, and then I just sell them just like that. But I'm going to get bigger ones for my bigger earrings, because I have a lot of really big earrings that are not going to fit on these. But I got like 3 different kinds, and I also got little cards for they have like a little coupon code on them, so that I can put it in the package with whenever I am sending off to a customer. So I also wanted to do another video on those different tips that you can use for selling jewelry, what you can do to keep your business going and make it look professional too. So that's another video I want to do. But before I get started with that, I really need to do this video where it's basically how to keep yourself sane. If you want to do a YouTube channel and you want to start in the business of doing a YouTube channel, you have to do these different things to keep yourself sane. Like, you have to have thick skin, because you're putting yourself out there, so you're going to be critiqued like every day. Everything you put out, someone's critiquing it. Somebody you don't even know is watching it. That's one thing that kind of bothered my husband. He didn't really like that, but then over time he was like, yeah, it's not too bad. But there's people out there who is constantly, all they're doing is just being horrible people, and they say very nasty things, and they'll put it on your YouTube, in your chats, and in your comments on your videos, and they're just not really nice at all. And you gotta have, number one, you gotta have thick skin. Number 2, you gotta have a sense of humor, because it's like, I don't know who peed in your french fries today, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a good day, so I'm not gonna allow you to make me have a bad day. I'm just not allowing that to happen. So a lot of that, you have to be really, you gotta have thick skin, because if you ain't got thick skin, you can't do this. Like, there was a person who is thinking about doing YouTube, and I said, I don't know. You gotta have thick skin. People are just like talking. I mean, I understand. Yeah. My videos in the past, back in the day, they had some really terrible music. Oh my God, the music was terrible. But I don't need you to tell me that. I already know. I already know the music's terrible, okay? Give me a break. So the music is terrible. And then when I started doing my own music, it was like, okay, this is good. We can deal with this. But people are always like, oh, this music is making me go crazy. And I'm like, okay, why you have to tell me that? I can't change the music. It's already done. It's out there in YouTube world. What am I going to do? So, you know, it's like they tell you stuff that you can't change. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can't change my face. You know, like, people will say mean things. Like, I have to erase so many comments from, like, and half of them I kind of think are kids. And they're like, oh, your glasses are ugly and they're bothering me. And I'm like, okay, well, leave then. Why are you here? So you got to have thick skin to keep yourself sane, because, bruh, these people are hateful out here because they're having so many bad things happening to them in their lives, and they're taking it out on other people, and that's just horrible, but it's true. And, you know, I'm just here to laugh. I'm trying to have a good time. So if you're not trying to have a good time, then bye, bro. We don't need you here. Okay, so I'm going to... Okay. Sometimes if I'm trying to figure out if I have the blue in line with the other side, I'm going to take the wire and just put it across as straight as I can, and I'm good. So I'm going to change the color back to this dark blue. And then I'm going to head out soon. Because I got to get a grocery order that's coming soon. It's the only chance that they had to come and bring it, and I'm like, all right, it's cutting a little close here, cutting a little close to my life. But you know what? Those people work hard. If you ever get groceries to your door, make sure that you tip people. You tip, you tell them to have a good day, you acknowledge them, and be kind to them, because those people work hard. They could be home working and being with their families, but no, they're bringing you groceries. So me, I have to get groceries delivered because I can't really go out that much, because I am dealing with the autoimmune and they don't know which one it is. And so I'm getting all these allergic reactions to different things, and I get sick real easily. So I'm like not trying to overdo it with that going out stuff. So I always tip those people, and they have a good visit with me. So they leave here, and I said, make sure you go out and get yourself some coffee. You know, go out and, you know, get yourself a snack on your way to your next stop. So I try my best. Always treat people how you want to be treated. So, you know, if you can't do that, then you're a horrible person. Just being frank. So I love those people. They come from all over the world, and they're just really awesome people that come and deliver my groceries. They just don't know how much you're saving my life by doing that. Bronco is ripping paper, just in case you're wondering. That is what he's doing. Is everybody still here? Hi, hi, hi. How are you? Because I'll keep babbling. You just let me go. I'll keep babbling. Like, I was watching, just before I got on live, I was watching a preview to Keke Palmer's new movie. I don't know if I will watch it, because I try to stay away from that type of stuff, because that would make me angry, and I just can't be in that frame of mind. But it was called Alice, and basically it was like, at first it was like based in slave time, so you were like, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those movies, okay. And she escapes, right? So when she escaped, now slave times, they didn't have highways and roads, okay? Keep that in mind. So she escapes. She goes to the woods. She's running for her life, right? And then she gets through the trees, and there's like this interstate highway with all these big tractor trailer trucks and stuff. And she's like, what is this? And basically, I don't know if she was born where she was being kept captive. Oh, good. You making a necklace? I don't know if she was born where she was kept captive, but he literally was living in a time period and just like making them feel like they were slaves. And I'm like, how? I don't know how realistic it is, but I was like, I don't know if I'll watch it. But this movie is perfect for Kiki, because Kiki crazy. She crazy. I love her. But hello, Barbados. Andrea, hello, welcome. I'm babbling as I'm finishing this this earring up really quick. Yeah, I can't watch those movies too much. It's really hard to deal with, and it's like, it makes you, to me sometimes it's like, no, you don't want to forget, but what it does, it makes you angry, and it makes me angry. I mean, let me just say, I'll say, for me, it makes me angry, and it makes me not act like the person that I am. So I don't like to watch those movies, but I was like, yo, how did this, I was just interested in how this man can do this in 1977 or something, and like these people didn't know. I'm like, I'm interested in that part. It's a thriller, but it's not like 7 Years a Slave or anything like that, but you know. Okay. Julie, you be careful. Soon I need to send you, I don't know. Soon I need to send you some candy corns, some Children of the Corns. I don't know how much you liked it. You told me you liked it, but one day we're gonna do it. And I'll see you, Julie, I'll see you tomorrow. Or I'll talk to you tomorrow. I kind of also, in my live, I used to have the video right here in this area, but then I decided to move it up so that it's kind of out of the way, and I like it better up there. There's other ways to do it, but this program that I'm using to go live lets you move stuff around, put pictures in, whatever. And so I did it on my own. My producer was not here to do it. So, he might even be tuned in, but, yep. Oh, you loved it. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So whenever I find some candy corn, I'll send it to you. I'll see you tomorrow. So did I do that right? So, you know, also what helps with this wire wrapping thing is to wrap it. I like to wrap it, and I didn't. I was just about to tell you to do something and I didn't even do it. I like to wrap the wire the same way each time that I add a new wire, and I didn't do that this time. So I'm a terrible teacher. So it happens. You teach terribly sometimes. So I have it going the opposite direction, but that's okay. You can't really tell. So I like to keep it going in the right direction that I was already going. So yeah. So Julie is in Scotland. So when I sometimes I've sent her some candy corn, because she said, I've never tried candy corn before. And so I was like, oh really? I was like, well, let me send you some. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'll send you some. And so she was like, well, I'm gonna send you some stuff too. So she sent me some chips, or crisps, as they say over there. And so she sent me some chips, and I sent her some candy corn. My husband was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sending some candy corn. And I didn't just send her candy corn. I sent her a whole bunch of different candies here, because she has a sweet tooth. So I sent her a bunch of different candies, and that's really fun. I wish I can, if I can afford it, if I was like rich for no reason, I would get a little get a little pen pal type person and send them stuff like that. you know, so they can discover things and just, you know, discover new foods and stuff from another country. So yeah, I was doing that. That was a lot of fun to see how she was like, whoa, that was really good and it's a problem. And I'm like, yes, creating addictions for other people, yay. So it's not just me that's addicted to candy corn, but yeah. So okay, anyway, yeah, so we're getting to the end. I'm at the end now. How long was this live? I would say if the live is about an hour 8 minutes, it really took me about 45 minutes to do this because I did a lot of talking and showing you different things. So it took me like 45 minutes to do this earring. Not too bad. And I'm just gonna finish it off by wrapping it a couple times. And I'm gonna give you guys a very in-depth video the next time. An actual video, an in-depth video of this using different shapes, different types of beads and all that. So let's see how, look at that. That's pretty cool. I love it. Yay. You see what I did there, you guys? See, you don't know. I'm always planning ahead. What I did was I did a thumbnail. I do that sometimes in my videos. I actually, like, when I do these videos that I cut out, I do a little thumbnail. Like, I'll hold it up. I'll hold up the product and I go, yay. And then, you know, I just take a screenshot of it and then, so now I have 2 thumbnails I can choose from. So I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I know what I'm doing, but then I don't really know what I'm doing. But then, you know, it looks like I'm knowing what I'm doing. But anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for checking in. Let me see if I can miss any comments here. That's what I'm saying. Sparkling Bud Light. Okay, listen. I have so many beads that I have from my childhood, or beads that I've had collected, and I'm like, I don't know what I should do with these. Like this bead right here, someone gave me a whole bag. You probably can't see it. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it to the front camera. Hopefully you can see it there. Look at that bead. If you can see it, it is a flower bead. It's like textured flower bead and it has no holes in it. So now that I gotten used to wire wrapping wires and stuff like that, I just kept so many beads from my childhood that I'm like, I don't know what to do with this bead, but I want to keep it forever. Like this bead right here, I'm still working on this one. I try to wire wrap it. I'm still working on it, trying to figure out what I want to do with this. I wrapped this about like maybe 4 years ago, where I was still new, trying to figure out what to do with wire. So I have so many different beads that I have collected, and I'm like, what do I do with these beads? You know what I mean? So, oh, let me do this. You can see it better that way. Look at that. This bead right here. Yeah. It's one of those, I had a bag of beads, and the ring is downstairs, but I actually made a ring out of one of these beads. And take those beads, don't throw them away. Don't throw them away. Don't give up on them just yet. And because it's gonna come back and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, where's that bead? Now I know how to wrap it. And a lot of people have commented on my wire wrapping videos and they say, oh my God, now I know how to use that bead that I had since forever. Someone gave it to me. It doesn't have a hole in it. What do I do? And so now they know how to do things with it and actually use it. And I'm like, yay. That is exactly why I do these videos, so that you guys can find something that you enjoy and, you know, let it hit your heart and be like, I'm gonna keep doing this. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is a video. I have 2 videos before this one comes out. It's either this one, I don't know what shape. You can do any shape. So it would be either, you know, this type of shape where I can just refer you back to my original video of how to make the actual shape, and then we'll wire wrap it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with that yet, but what I'll say is that it is coming up 3 videos from now. So yeah, so you can either watch this one, Witchy, you can actually watch this one, or you can get another in-depth video that's coming up, and I'll say 3 weeks now, because I'm trying to spread out my videos a little bit better so that I can spend more time with my family. Yeah, so I enjoy my family. I love them. I want to spend time with them. So this is another thing that soon I'm going to be doing a giveaway. This was made out of clay. I actually made this, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to have it hanging like this or have it hanging from the head. I don't want to hang from the head because it's so like dainty, and you know, look at the detail I put on that. So I can't wait to do this one. I want to do this one on camera. So with clay, if you guys are still interested in clay, I should be doing this one. I'll say I'll be doing this one in April. Yeah, these months are going by so quick, I'll tell you that much. But you guys have a good evening. Have a good rest of your day. Make sure you tip your delivery people, because guess what? They could be home with their families, but they have to work. So at least make it worth their while, and make it so that it's an enjoyable work for them. And not only that, I think, you guys, that's about it. I'll see you in the next video. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you later. Bye. I looked at the camera underneath. Lord. I looked at the camera underneath because that's usually what I'm looking at, but there's a camera above that one. Bye. I'll say bye to that camera now. Lord. Lord.